Alright guys, welcome back to the second update on Tropical Cyclone Darian, or actually now according to the JTWC, a Category 4 Tropical Cyclone, which is pretty crazy because on the satellite imagery, a very organised storm system, good convection actually wrapping around the eye, maybe trying to clear itself out. Looking at other satellite imagery, it may be starting to clear that eye out a little bit more. It did do a very good job of clearing it out a few hours ago, but it has since gone back in a little bit, but the convection has increased around that eye wall there, and that's why of course the strongest wind speeds will be. But let's have a look at the latest information from the Bureau of Meteorology. They currently have the storm with maximum sustained winds of 95 miles per hour, that's 80 knots, gusting with winds of 130 miles per hour, a pressure of 960 millibars. It is moving south-southwest at 6 miles per hour, as the latest update brought to you by Curtis Simplified. So take a look at the estimates here. The Bureau of Meteorology, 95 miles per hour. The JTWC, 125 miles per hour. ATF, 125 miles per hour. AD2, 145 miles per hour. And the Curtis Simplified analysis at 115 miles per hour currently. So take a look at the Bureau of Meteorology's latest track map for the storm here. We can see a pretty certain picture here. Potentially some weakening, potentially some more re-intensification. They're expecting it to keep Category 3 status for at least it looks like the next day or two. The Bureau of Meteorology is expecting. Currently, like I said, the JTWC think this is a Category 4 tropical cyclone on the Aussie scale, and a Category 3 on the Saffir-Simpson scale. I do think it's a Category 3 on the Saffir-Simpson scale as well, currently, but we can see the Bureau of Meteorology do not agree with that yet. But that is likely because they haven't updated in about 6 hours, and they are going to update in the next 6 hours. So maybe in the next 6 hours they may go drastically different. They update usually around 6 a.m. UTC and 6 p.m. UTC, or 1800 hours UTC. So yeah, they do update usually every 12 hours on these types of systems that aren't threats to land. And yeah, it's probably why they've only gone with 95 miles per hour at this stage, but the Bureau of Meteorology still 95 miles per hour only for a storm looking like that. Take a look at the JTWC track map here, or the forecast cone. We can see a nice system there with maximum sustained winds of 110 knots and gusting up to 135 knots. And we can see they're expecting it to actually rapidly weaken, but then look at it, it actually re-intensifies back to 90 knots before weakening again, probably heading south by that point. But look how long this is expected to keep, at least Category 1, the Saffir-Simpson scale for. Look how long it is expected to keep that for. That is, I believe that forecast cone is over the next 3 to 4 days, maybe even 5 days. And we can see a pretty certain picture. It wasn't as certain a few days ago, but it is getting a lot more certain as we are going through the days. Take a look at the visible imagery here for Darian, and we can see a really nice storm. We can see that eye really tried to get itself organised and really tried to get itself together. It has really... earlier, a few hours ago, it was actually looking a stronger storm, but now it's not as strong according to my analysis, but still, very good convection wrapping around the eye. The weakness currently is the southern side of the eye wall. If it wraps convection around that, we could be seeing a pretty strong system, maybe towards 120 to 125 miles an hour like the JTWC is already expecting. But if that eye can really get itself together and clear out, we could be seeing a Category 4 here on the Saffir-Simpson scale, and maybe, just maybe, if it rapidly intensifies, it only really has 6 hours to do so, but if it can, it could potentially become a Category 5 on the Australian scale, but that is extremely outlandish at this stage. I'll give that probably a 0.5% chance of happening. Take a look at the true colour zoomed out imagery here. We can see, like I said, that storm really got itself organised very nicely. We can see very good structure here. Is one of the better structures I've seen, especially for the first named storm of the Australian season. Usually you don't see too powerful storms for the first named storms, but this one's really got itself together very, very nicely, and it's found itself in a very favourable environment to intensify, and it sometimes rapidly intensify. Anyway, thank you for watching this update on Tropical Cyclone Darian. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next update. Peace out.